Okay, so this is instructions for a 8-section mandala. So what I have is an image open that I want to use for my mandala. You want to try and pick something that has different colors and textures in it. Otherwise, it won't make a very interesting design. The first thing I want to do is go to my image size on this and check what my resolution is so that I can make my new canvas for my mandala the same resolution. So this is 72, so that's what I'm going to leave it at. So okay, I'm going to go File, New, and I'm going to make it 8 by 8 inches and 72 for the resolution. 8-section mandala, and okay. So there's my canvas for my mandala. If you don't have the rulers across the top and down the side, then go to View and click Rulers so that they show up, because you will need them. So next, I'm going to take my elliptical marquee tool. So I have to click and hold and choose the elliptical. I want to get as tight as I can to the top left corner. I'm going to hold my Shift key so that I get a perfect circle. I'm going to pull this out until it is touching the side and the bottom. I am going to let go of the mouse before I let go of Shift, otherwise it will become not proportional. So my next step is I need to fill this selection with a color. So I'm going to take, the color you pick does not matter. You're not going to see it when you're done, so just choose like a lighter color, because we have to put some lines in that are going to be black. So if your color is too dark, it won't work that great. I take my paint bucket and I fill my selection, and then I'm going to deselect my selection. Okay, so now I have my circle. In my toolbar, I'm going to switch my foreground color back to black, because I want my lines that I'm going to make to be black. So I'm going to go to the line tool. So I have to click, it's usually set as the rectangle tool. I'm going to click down to the line tool. Look up at the top and make sure it's set to just 1 pixel. If it's thicker than that, you're going to have too thick of a line. So I'm going to line up my cursor with my 4-inch mark at the top, so you have a little dotted line that will show up on the rulers. Again, I'm going to press Shift so it goes straight down, and I'm going to make my line. Whoops, hold on 1 second. I want to have this kind of a line. Okay. Sorry, it was set on a path and I want a shape layer. So you have 3 choices over here, and I want it selected on a shape layer so that it gives me a shape or a separate layer with it. So I'm gonna go, make sure you go all the way to the edge or even a little bit past. So you'll see that time it made me a layer with my line. If you don't get all the way to the edge, then when we need to select a little piece, it won't work. Okay, so right now that's all I need, so don't continue drawing lines all over it. We just need those 2 lines. I'm going to merge this with the background, so I can either right click and say merge down. I can also do it under layer, so I can say layer, merge layers, or flatten image. So I'm going to take my magic wand and I'm going to select one of my like pie pieces here. So you can take one of the small ones, and sometimes that happens. So we'll try the other side, and it's still taking everything. What are we doing? There we go. So sometimes something is not clicked up there. Yeah, we need continuous. Okay. So again, if something's not working right, check your options at the top of your screen and see if something could be clicked or unclicked that would make it work. So I just want my dotted line on one of my pieces. So the easiest thing that I can do is take my move tool and click on this and drag it over here. Okay, so notice that it's really tiny, and that's because if you look at the size of this canvas, it's like 50 inches, and this is from a canvas that's 8 inches wide, and the triangle piece is smaller than 8 inches to begin with. So I'm going to undo my drag of the selection, and I'm going to go back to my image size on here, and I'm going to reduce my width to maybe 10 inches, and we'll see what that looks like. Just zoom it back out so it doesn't look really tiny. Go back to your move tool, drag it back over. Okay, so that will probably work. I could even make the canvas, the image a little bit smaller. So I have to undo, if I wanted to make the image smaller again, I have to take the triangle piece off and resize it. Otherwise the triangle piece will just resize with the image, so it won't change the proportion of that piece to the image. So I want to be able to see through this pink piece so I can see what's behind it. So I go to opacity, that's in my layer palette, and I'm going to take the opacity down so that I can see through the piece enough to see what's going to be behind it.